Sometimes, if you don't allow women be themselves, it can be tough. And so maybe they don't have that opportunity at home. There's some cultures that say women don't speak. I remember being hit by a man before. He hit my car. And when I came out and he found out it was a woman, he told me he didn't have anything to say to me. I should go and call my husband. And so I did just that. I didn't call my husband. I wasn't married then, but I called a friend of mine who was 6'8". And I told him to come with something to show the man. And when he saw the man, he saw my so-called husband, he said, I was joking with you. I said, oh, well, I didn't know that. Here is my husband. You can speak to him. So there's some cultures like that. But there has to be a situation where people are heard. You want to create enabling environment for the office or in your workplace where women are heard. And you can speak your mind respectfully, because some people speak their mind and they're very disrespectful. But speak your mind respectfully. Sometimes I think one of the things that we also battle is that syncing of life, social life, physical life, home life, work life, and some people call it work-life balance. I don't use the word balance, not because I don't believe in the word, but nothing is really balanced, I'm here now in front of the camera. I'm not thinking about my children. When I leave here and I spend time with my children, I'm not thinking about the camera. So I'm different things at different times, wearing different hats, and I respect that. And I focus on being that thing per time so that I can give it my excellence. Some of us women really struggle because we don't have a support system. We don't even know that we need what we need, which is a big problem, So it's something that we've got to look at and make sure that we create a space where women can feel comfortable and they can feel like they're understood. If I call in saying, oh, my child, or writing, and tell my boss, or my children are having inter-house sports, for example, I shouldn't be met with a no, your work has to be done. What I should be met with is, okay, how many hours is it? 2 hours. Okay, go and be with your children and invest that time, then come back, right? But make sure that you have done what you need to do or hand over to so it makes it somewhat inclusive, whereby you can be the best staff, but you can also be there to support your children and not lose out on their growing up in any way. I'm just thinking out loud. This would be my ideal case scenario in a workplace. And if I had a workplace, I probably would do the same. As long as people are effective and they can do what they need to do, then they should be given some extra time to also fit in a bit of their family so that they see that you're actually interested in them all rounder. They will give you better. Another thing is creating mentorships, network systems, women networks, allyship support, because community is everything. Not the community of jealousy and envy and backbiting or gossip. No, community where women support women, even in the workplace, where you can have the MD of the company mentor some of the young girls there and teach them values that they can live by, that are credible and full of integrity. Some of us spend 15 hours in the workplace. In fact, most of my best friends now or closest friends are my workmates because my entire day is spent with them. When I come back home, yes, I have time for my children or my husband or whatever, but majority of my day is with my workmates and at the workplace. So if that place is not helping me and is draining me further, by the time I get home, that one too is taking a toll. Maybe we're going through a separation. Something is going on at home, or you're just tired. You've also now come home. You now also have to act the wife or be the mother and cook. There's so much going on for the woman. So much going on for the woman that I think the workplace needs to understand that it's delicate and it should be held in that way, right? Especially because you need the women. You need a lot of women in the workplace. You need them. So how do we create a situation or a scenario whereby they're getting the benefits that they need at work and they're able to take some of them home? I think if we listen to some of the things that I've shared today, it will really, really help. Create safe spaces. Let women know that they can speak. You have HR departments. Let people know that they even have connections to counselors or therapists like myself. And if they're going through a rough patch in their life, they have access, one dial, to somebody who can help them, register therapists in your organizations that can speak to your staff and help them navigate certain things. Staff, you too have to be able to pay for some of your stuff. Don't wait for your organization to do everything, but let the workplace be that safe space to a large extent for women so that they can thrive and they can be their best. My name is Adiola Kingsley James. Love and light.